I am so excited to be here today with music superstar Martina McBride. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
So, sadly for those of us who don't have many talents, you are not only an accomplished singer, but you are also a great cook, and you're now coming out with your second cookbook, Martinez Kitchen Mix. Tell me a little bit about this book and what the inspiration for it was.
Yeah, well, this book is really just a combination of recipes that I've actually been cooking in my kitchen for my friends and family. And, you know, over the last couple of years, if I find a great recipe, I just put it in a file and think, if I ever get to write another book, this one's going in. So really, it's just a good balance. There's some really healthy dishes. I think probably more recipes that are a little on the healthier side than my first book, and then there's also just comfort food, because I think a good balance of the both is the way to go.
And one of the sections that we're actually going to make a recipe from today is your basics section, because I think one of the problems that I often find with cookbooks is that I'm like, this sauce sounds great, but I don't necessarily need to make it with that exact protein. And you have a whole section of your book that's like, listen, this is a great rub, or this is a great sauce, and then use it as you will. Why was that important to you?
Yeah, well, one thing I wanted to do with this book, because it's happened to me as a cook over the past, I don't know, 3 or 4 years, is as I cook more and more, as you cook more and more, you get more and more confident in the kitchen, and you get the confidence to be creative, right? So I want to encourage people to make these recipes their own. There are a lot of variations in here, and a lot of ad-libs, which I really love about the book. I think there's a lot of bang for your buck. There's more than 100 recipes in here if you really look at it. And then, but I think versatility is so important. So like you said, this gremolata that we're going to make today is so versatile. You can use it on so many different things. Should we start making it?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. So we start with some toasted pine nuts, or you can use hazelnuts.
Right.
It doesn't make a large amount, but you can double it, triple it. It lasts in the freezer. You can freeze it for a little while.
Oh my God, I love things you can just pull out and you're like, look what I have here.
Right.
It's like the easiest thing in the world. Perfect. And so important to kind of get those chopped up perfectly.
Yeah. They're so, I can smell them. They're so toasty.
I know, they're great.
Such a good.
Yeah, and the toasted part here is important. Like, it just takes an extra second, but it's really kind of key.
It just makes them a little crunchier and have that, just brings out the nutty flavor.
Yeah.
You know? And then I'm going to put 1.5 tablespoons of parsley, so I'm just going to chop up. And really, you can just eyeball this and kind of, you know, taste it, add to it if you want.
Right. It's one of those things that can also just be, you know, to your taste, and because you can sort of taste as you go, make it how you like. And, you know, do you find that a lot of your cooking also, you know, is seasonal? I mean, you're lucky to live in a place with good seasons and a lot of different produce.
Yeah, I cook seasonally. Yeah. You know, when I was growing up in Kansas, that was not even a concept, right?
Yeah.
We just had the same food over and over again. But as I got, you know, traveling more and cooking more, and realized that it's so great to put on a soup in the fall, or like a pot roast or something that kind of takes all day to cook. And then in the summer, you know, more grilled meats and light salads and things like that. So.
Yeah, I love your whole salad, like your like love letter to salads in the salad section of like, this is great.
I'm just going to put a tablespoon of breadcrumbs.
Perfect. And you recommend really fine breadcrumbs here.
Yeah, I think it just, you know, it's just a better consistency.
Better tapping.
About a teaspoon of lemon zest. And this lemon zest really brightens up the flavor.
Yeah, you always need that extra little kick in there.
Yeah.
And you know, is it important to do the zest rather than the juice because of the texture and the breadcrumbs?
Yeah, it does add to the texture. I think the juice would make the breadcrumbs all soggy, and then it would clump together, and nobody wants that.
Yeah, so the zest is the perfect way to get the recipe without necessarily the, you know, the liquid that goes along with it.
I love lemon zest.
All right.
Then just a little bit of salt, about 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt, a little bit of pepper. Yeah, then we're just gonna mix this up, and that's really all there is to it. And this is a beautiful, it's also so pretty. Like when you sprinkle this on a soup or any dish, it's just gonna bring more color and so much flavor.
Right, and so yeah, so you know, you suggest in the book, you know, maybe a piece of fish or a salad. I mean, and it really can just like a simple piece of fish, you have that already made. You can just throw it right on. Same for the salad, you just give it a little bit more.
You can mix this with an oil and rub it all over, like as a marinade almost, you know, for your chicken, a grilled chicken. And it's great on soup too.
Perfect, yeah, I gotta try that broccoli soup. Well, the book is Martinez Kitchen Mix. You can get it make the recipes, listen to Martina's music. You can have kind of like the whole Martina experience. Yeah, exactly. Thank you so much for coming in today and sharing this Gremolata recipe. Really appreciate it.